Hey guys, Dustin Heiner here, and I want to share with you how I bought my first rental property. Now, it was super scary. I was actually very, almost terrified of actually buying a property, doing it wrong. My wife was always really, hey, are you going to spend all of our money? And then is it going to be gone? Are we going to buy a money pit? We're going to lose money. Now, what happened was in 2006, I was realizing, man, I'm so tired of working for somebody else. I want to work for myself. I want to be financially independent and basically live my life the way I want, making passive income. And in 2006, I saw an infomercial. One of those, like 2 a.m, like a 30-second little clip of, hey, we're coming to your town. We're coming to your town. We're going to have a free seminar teaching you how to invest in real estate. I said, well, shoot, free? Let me go ahead and do that. And so I went to this free seminar. And then I get in the car on the day of that I'm going to go to this free seminar. I'm like, shoot, it's free. I'm already registered. Let's go learn. So I get in my car and I'm starting to drive there. And I'm starting to think about, okay, there's a reason why these people make these free seminars. I wonder what they're going to do. And as I'm driving there, I'm realizing that, number one, I need to learn how to not lose money. Number two, I need to learn how to make money and how to do this right, because I realize that I know little, if not nothing, about real estate, how to invest in real estate. And as I'm sitting inside the seminar, I'm actually learning a little bit. I'm excited. It's a little more hype than I thought it would be, but it's really only 60 minutes, so there's only so much they can teach you. But they were teaching everything from rental properties to tax liens to wholesaling to flipping, like all that stuff. It wasn't really teaching. It was just telling you that there are these things. And as I'm sitting in there, I'm like, okay, there's going to be a cost. I wonder what's going to happen. And at the very end of the 60-minute seminar, there was a sales pitch for a 2-day seminar. First, the one's free, like everything. Hey, the first one's free, then you got to charge for more. And then they said, at the very end, we're going to give you an opportunity. This one 2-day seminar that we're going to put on, it's normally we charge like $50,000 for, but we're going to do it not for $50,000. We're not going to do it for 40. We're not going to do it for 30. We're not even going to do it for $2,000. We're going to give you this two-day seminar for $1,000. So it's originally $50,000. We're going to do it down for $1,000. Like, okay, we'll go ahead and go. So my dad and I went to this seminar. We drove all the way to the seminar and sat down for this 2-day seminar. It was honestly good stuff. Like, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. And so as I'm sitting there in this 2-day seminar, I'm realizing there's so good information, but there's so little information on how to do anything. I need a lot more knowledge. And actually, at the very end, the guy that's teaching the entire seminar says, okay, we have a bunch of classes for you. One for if you want to learn rental properties, another one if you want to learn flipping, another one if you want to learn wholesaling, or another one for tax liens. And each one's going to be, like, the first one is $10,000, another one's $20,000, and the rental property one was a $40,000 course. $40,000 where you fly to Florida, then you pay for that too, but it's $40,000 for them to teach you how to do rental properties. If I had $40,000, I wouldn't give it to you. I'd just figure out how to do it on my own. Now, mind you, when I first started, this was 2006, and so there wasn't a lot of podcasts or YouTube channels or really anybody teaching this stuff. They were literally charging $40,000 and $50,000 for this information. Nowadays, we have a lot of other things out there. In fact, my website, my YouTube channel, everything about it, what I'm actually giving you is literally for free. Now, I would say that everything that I give away is about 20% of what you need to learn. There's so much more you need to learn, but this is getting you on the right direction. Now, what I had to do was then realize, am I going to spend $40,000 to learn more, or am I going to do something differently where I'm actually going to try to learn from the School of Hard Knocks, start investing, and see if I actually do it right? So after that, I decided to go my own path. Not unlike this path that I'm walking on right now, but I decided to go on my own path, because what I realized was that if I was going to spend $40,000, that's literally $40,000 given away. Just like if you go to college. If you go to college, you're literally giving away $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 to get a piece of paper. Now, same thing with this, program that they had. I realized that if I gave them $40,000, it would actually be spent. So here's what I did next. I actually flew to an entire new state, because what I was doing as I was looking in California, I realized in California there really wasn't any good places to buy. There weren't any good houses to buy because prices were so high and rents were very low. So I realized I could not make money in passive income, so I needed to go to another state. Now, what I did was I actually flew to Ohio, of all places. I found this place on eBay, of all places. I found a duplex on eBay in Ohio. And as I was looking at this duplex, it was literally like $40,000 for a duplex, maybe even $50,000 for a duplex. And I thought back in 2006 that $40,000 for a duplex, man, that's really cheap. not knowing that it's actually very expensive over there in Ohio. California, it was like $40,000 for a duplex. That's really cheap. So I flew all the way out there. Now, mind you, I don't do this anymore. In fact, my students, we do not fly anywhere anymore. We do not go to the States before we actually buy. We actually buy properties utilizing contractors, wholesalers, property managers, realtors, everybody, all the experts. They're doing all the work. We are not doing the work. They're the experts, though. We count on them to give us right information, and then we build the business. Now, as I went to Ohio, I traveled all around. I saw 10 different properties, talked to at least one or two just one property manager because I didn't know what I was doing, talked to many realtors, and eventually, out of all the properties, I bought one of the properties, and that is literally the one property that I've ever seen before I bought them. Now, 30 plus properties later, I literally have never seen the properties before I buy them, other than pictures. I don't fly anywhere. In fact, my areas where I invest, I don't ever go there anymore because I figure, why would I ever go there? There's no need to go there. I have my business running itself. Now, this path that I'm on is taking me down roads that I've never thought I'd be on. In fact, I'm actually even rehabbing houses, fixing up houses without even seeing the property. I'm making $250 a month in passive income. I'm actually growing a business where I'm buying property after property. I'm using other people's money to actually do this. Now, I would say, though, that I did lose a good amount of money doing it the wrong way because I didn't know what I was doing. I was figuring this out as I was going. But what I did was, as I learned, I pulled out the things that didn't work and I left things in that did work. So I kept growing and growing my business. Now, this first property that I bought it with $17,000 of my own money, like literally cash. It wasn't with a mortgage. It literally was $17,000 cash, which was very hard to find. I found a good property, bought it, and it was making me $250. Actually, I think it was, since I bought it for cash, I think it was making me like $400 a month in passive income. Isn't that amazing? Buying a house for $17,000 and then making $400 a month in passive income. After about 3 years, I have my entire investment back in my pocket, and then I'm able to actually make even more money every single month. And so as I kept going, I kept learning that as I would buy the next property after that, and I would buy the next property after that, I would be making more and more in passive income. And then I would save that money to buy the next property. And then what I did was that very first property, I refinanced it. I pulled the cash out of that property and bought another property with it. And then I refinanced that second property and then bought a third and fourth property with that. So I kept refinancing the properties and recycling my money over and over again. It's actually something that I've done so many times. In fact, all my students, we know exactly that this is one of the best routes, is using other people's money. And in doing that, we are actually to scale our business and make even more money. And this was the amazing thing with passive income. As I bought one property, it made me money to buy more properties. And then I kept buying more properties. And then I had 10 properties. After 10 properties, I was making a minimum of $250 a month in passive income. That is $2,500 in passive income every single month. And imagine if your boss came and said, "Hey, Dustin, I want to give you a $2,500 a month raise." You'd say, "Yes, thank you." That's $30,000 a year in passive income that you're not going to work and make money from your properties. See, now when I first started, I lived in California and I bought my first property in Ohio. I flew out there on a red eye, slept, on a Motel 6 or a really, really inexpensive motel, and did all my work in like 1 or 2 days. But then I tried to do it in another area and I flew to Springfield, Ohio, and I realized that that was actually a waste of time. There's no need to actually fly anywhere anymore because technology and the internet makes everything so much easier. So now all the areas I invest, Texas, Ohio, Arizona, I have students invest in Tennessee and the Carolinas and Florida, all over the place, and they don't go there. We never fly there anymore, and the reason why is everything's online. And with all of this technology, things that help you find properties, how to get financing for properties, how to manage the properties, how to fix them up. There's so many great technology out there. In fact, subscribe to my channel because I'm giving out so much great information on how to do all this, how to utilize Zillow, how to utilize Cozy, which is a property management software. I show you how to do all this stuff because when I first got started, this stuff wasn't there. And I realized it's time for me to give back. I have plenty of properties. All the money that I have goes into real estate, and I make more money from real estate. I want you to do it too. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm giving out so much great real estate investing information. Click this link right here for this next video. I'll see you guys in the next one.